What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Mar Sharp, Short Man Filmworks in the building. And we got another episode of the Everyday Man's Film Reviews for you guys today. Okay, so last movie I did was 1989's Batman, starring Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. And as I said to y'all, to me, this is it's the best Batman movie that I've seen. It's my favorite Batman, and it will be my favorite Batman movie of all time. Okay, so now we're going to talk about 1992's Batman Returns, directed by Tim Burton once again, and starring Michael Keaton as Batman, and we have Danny DeVito as the Penguin, and we have Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. So we got two iconic characters inside of this movie, along with Batman, of course, being the iconic character. Okay, hey, as I told y'all in the last video, it's been years since I seen this movie. It's been years since I seen Batman Returns, and I was going off memory. I'm going off memory, and I'm like, yo, this is one of my favorite Batman movies, and I love it to death. Okay, so I was in a little bit of a rude awakening this time around, because I'm taking a guess here. The last time I seen Batman Returns, I think I was a teenager. I think I was still living back at home the last time I seen Batman Returns. So I had to be 17 or 18 years old. Jasmine, really? You was quiet in my last video. Now you want to talk? Alright, you're going to have to let me finish this video, and then we can have a conversation a little bit later, okay? Alright, we're going to have a conversation later. Okay, getting back to the video. Okay, so, as I said, I haven't seen Batman Returns. I had to be like 17 or 18 years old because, woo! It's funny to say this now because I don't think I had a bad review for a movie yet. And oh my God, I'm trying to figure out where to start. Okay, so let me put it like this. Let me start off by saying this once again is directed by Tim Burton. And you can clearly see that Tim Burton directed this movie. Whatever the studio told him with this movie versus what happened with the last movie, I guess they told him, okay, listen, you know, the first Batman was a success. I think, I don't know the numbers of the first Batman, but I'm pretty sure that the first Batman was a ultra success. An ultra success for them to make another sequel. For them to make a sequel, I should say. And I guess they told Tim Burton, okay, we're gonna take the restraints off of you to do this film, because this is a completely different looking film than 1989's Batman. Completely different looking film. Remember when I told y'all in the last video that Tim Burton has a certain look about his movies? That look is on this movie. I don't smack the table and move my damn camera. That look is in this movie. The look that's in Beetlejuice, the look that's in Edward Scissorhands is in this movie. Oh my God. If anybody ain't never told you that this is a Tim Burton movie, this is a Tim Burton movie. From the start of this movie, you can tell that this is a Tim Burton movie. And like I told y'all in the last video, I love Tim Burton movies. I do. I really do love Tim Burton movies because of his style, because of his look. And he's different. He's different and he's unique. I don't think that style worked with this movie at all. It did not work with this movie at all, because it turned what was good about 1989's Batman. I'm trying to give this movie its just due, because it's Batman. I can't say that because Batman Forever and Batman Robin were fucking horrible. But I'm trying to give it its just due because, like I said, I'm trying to stick to my guns and saying that this is one of my favorite Batman movies. But, oh my God, man, I just don't feel like the direction that Tim Burton took with this movie was the right one for this movie. It just wasn't. I think if he would have kept this movie in the same style that he did the 1989 movie, it would have, first of all, I think it would have added to his legacy as a Batman director. I think to this day, somebody probably would have been like, hey, listen, let's get Tim Burton back in to direct some of these movies, because he did a bang-up job on the first one and did a bang-up job on the second one. I think if he would have kept that direction going and kind of took it maybe to a higher plateau and kind of expanded on that dark world that he created in 1989. I think if you would have took that direction and kept going in that direction, then this movie would have been far better, far more better than what it was. Far, far more better than what it was. It's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. It's a Tim Burton movie. And Tim Burton made good, to me, Tim Burton made some nice, good movies. But it just did not fit for this shit. It did not fit for the Batman thing, man. From the first moment I started watching this movie, I said, oh shit, this is a Tim Burton movie. And I'm trying to, I don't want to say I was disappointed, but I kind of was disappointed because I don't want to say my memory failed me. Okay, let me go back because I feel like I'm ranting about the direction of the movie. I saw this movie in 1992. Okay, I was 11 years old because I believe this movie came out in June of 1992, and I remember that specifically because I graduated from 6th grade and I wanted to go see this movie right after my graduation. So my mother took me to go see this movie. My mother took me to go see this movie after graduation. I think Pops had to go to work later that night, but went to go see this movie right after graduation, and I was stoked because I was like, once again, here we go, 1992, Batman Returns is coming out, the hype. You know, everybody's going off the strength of what went off of 1989, and you know, I'm 11 years old, so I didn't really know if this movie got any flack after it came out, but I'm going off of what I felt for the first Batman. And I'm like, all right, yo, the first Batman was on and popping, so I'm like, yo, this one is gonna be the shit. And in the movie theater, I enjoyed the hell out of this movie. Out of this movie. That's why I was like, yo, this is one of my favorite Batman movies. Even watching it when I was younger, even watching it in my teenage years. Like I said, last time I seen this movie, I had to be about 17 to 18 years old. The last time I saw this movie, I remember enjoying it because I'm like, yo, this is one of my favorite Batman movies, man. And when I seen it, you know, I walked out the theater excited, and I was like, all right, cool. I like that. Talked about it with my friends, and my friends liked the movie, and I liked the movie. So to me, I'm like, this is one of the best Batman movies ever. Seeing it today, a couple hours ago, I was like, oh my God, yo. To me, honestly, straight up, the movie don't hold up to this day. It doesn't. And like I said, this is probably going to be my first shitty review of a movie. Okay, let me just do what I need to do because I'm really trying to give it its just due, and like I said, I'm gonna give it its just due because it's a Batman movie. But I did not enjoy this movie the way I thought I was going to enjoy it when I watched it again. And I was like, I'm going to watch this specifically to do this review. And I know I'm going to give this, I know I'm going to feel the way about this movie the way I felt about the first one. Oh, God. Okay, so let me start off by saying, first and foremost, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this video because I spent almost 30 minutes on the other video. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time shitting on the movie because even though I might shit on the movie, I still like it. Even though I watched it today, I still like it. Because like I said, I like Tim Burton movies. So I still like the movie in a weird fucking way. I still like this movie. But let me just dig into it. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the acting. I started off with the direction of the movie. Let me continue with direction. I'm gonna go into the acting. So I'm not even giving y'all a synopsis on the movie. I don't even want to give y'all a synopsis. But let me give y'all a brief synopsis. And I'm all over the place because I'm kind of disappointed, man. I'm really disappointed that I really was gonna watch this movie and really enjoy it, and I'm disappointed, man. I'm really disappointed. So that's why I'm all over the place. Okay, so quick synopsis of the movie. It starts off, we found out that the Penguin was abandoned by his parents. He goes to live in the sewers, and he's grown up. I think the movie jumps from him being abandoned to 33 years later. So he's this 33-year-old man now. He's living in the sewers, and Gotham City is pretty much ran by this businessman named Max Schreck, who's played by Christopher Walken. I love Christopher Walken. From King of New York, everything Christopher Walken do. Christopher Walken is just a cool motherfucker, man. I love Christopher Walken. So he plays this businessman named Max Schreck, who's pretty much, he wants to build this power plant in Gotham City, who he's saying he is going to generate more revenue or bring more power to Gotham City, when really it's just going to suck all the power out of Gotham City. So he plays that crooked, shitty ass businessman. He plays this shitty ass businessman, and then he finds out about actually no, he doesn't find out about that. What happens is he has a secretary by the name of Selena Kyle, who eventually ends up becoming Catwoman, played by Michelle Pfeiffer. She finds out his dirty deeds. He pushes her out the window, pretty much offs her. A bunch of cats come up, chew her fingers, go around her, and then she becomes Catwoman. She becomes Catwoman, and now as she becomes Catwoman, hold on, what happens after she becomes Catwoman? I'm trying to go through the movie real fast because I want to get to the other shit I want to talk about. But he pushes her out the window. She becomes Catwoman. How the hell? Oh, I know what happens. So he goes and finds the Penguin sets up this elaborate scheme to kind of, I guess, be his coming out party, because he's been living in the sewers for 33 years. So now he wants to come out and kind of terrorize Gotham City, but he does it in a way where after he does his first little episode of terrorizing the city, then he gets up with Max Schreck. So Max Schreck tells him, hey, listen, I want you to become the mayor of the city. And they kind of come up with this scheme where they both can kind of piggyback over each other. Penguin wants something out of the deal. Max Schreck wants something out of the deal. So they kind of go off each other, going back and forth. Meantime, we get Batman involved, and Batman has to be the guy that deters everything and gets in the middle of everything. So, what the hell else happened in this movie? I ain't gonna say I got lost with the plot. I kind of got lost with the plot because, like I said, I was watching it and I just started getting disappointed as I was watching this movie. But anyway, Catwoman comes into play, and she gets into the movie, and she kind of wants her little revenge on Max Schreck as well. And she becomes this Catwoman with 9 lives. And then the Penguin has his own agenda going on, where he's about to become mayor of the city, but he still wants to take out Batman. He still wants to terrorize the city, where ultimately his whole ultimate goal is he wants to kidnap all the kids of all the firstborn babies of all the firstborn males. I believe it was firstborn males. He wants to kidnap all of them while the parents are at this social gathering for Max Schreck, and he wants to kidnap all the kids and pretty much take them away from the parents, because it was the same thing that happened to him, that his parents abandoned him because he basically was a freak of nature. Okay, so kind of like, to me, that's the gist of the movie. Anyway, let me get into the other shit, because I'm trying to I want to explain the plot, but I want to get into the other shit in the movie. Okay, so as I said, it was a Tim Burton movie. We go with the Tim Burton movie, and like I said, it has all of the fucking Tim Burton quirks in the movie. All the Tim Burton quirks, all of them. Oh my God. And like I said, I love Tim Burton movies. I know y'all looking at this like, for somebody that like Tim Burton movies, ooh, he don't sound like it. I like Tim Burton movies for Tim Burton's storylines. I think his storylines work for what he does with his films. Like, I love Beetlejuice. I love Edward Scissorhands. I love Big Fish. Nightmare Before Christmas. Sweeney Todd. I love this man's movies. I love his movies, but it just didn't fit with Batman. It did not fit for what was going on. It did not fit the Batman theme. First movie, kudos. Second movie, garbage. Okay. Let me talk about some good stuff with this movie. Let me talk about some good things with this movie. Acting. I'm going to talk about the acting. Michael Keaton shows up again. He shows up again and he does his thing as Batman. Yeah, he shows up. He shows up, but I don't know. For some reason, why I feel like he didn't have a lot to work with in this one as he did in the first one. You know what I mean? Because of it being the way that it turned out to be, I feel like he didn't have much to work with. But he showed up to the job. He did his damn thing. He did what he had to do. Danny DeVito showing up as the Penguin. And I remember back in the day, everybody had like these group of actors that would play these parts. And I remember when Jack Nicholson did Joker, we was like, yo, man, Jack Nicholson is perfect for the Joker. Danny DeVito, we was like, yo, he would be perfect for the Penguin because, he's a short dude. He's kind of got that stature of the Penguin, remembering it from the TV show. And in the TV show, Burgess Meredith played the Penguin. Good old Mick from Rocky, he played the Penguin from at the TV show. So when he did the Penguin, it was almost like, oh man, Danny DeVito's doing the Penguin. Yo, that's gonna be fire. You know what I mean? Then Michelle Pfeiffer did Catwoman, and I don't even know if a lot of people had a vision of what Catwoman was gonna be, but Michelle Pfeiffer did a damn thing. Michelle Pfeiffer did a thing, and like I said, it all goes back to what I said in the first video, that even though these are comic book movies, if you get the right actor or the right actress to play the part and take it seriously, they can do a bang up job and knock that shit out the park. Like I said, Michael Keaton's always gonna be the best Batman. I don't even care. Even though I might be disappointed with this movie, he's still the best Batman to me. Danny DeVito played the Penguin, but he played the Penguin he played it in a monstrous, like, freak of nature. Well, he was a freak of nature. He was a freak of nature in the movie. You know, he looked like a bird. He had flippers for hands, and he had this long ass nose that almost was like similar to a beak. His body was shaped like a bird. His body was shaped like a bird. And I know that was all makeup and prosthetics. And shout out to Stan Winston. Because even though even though the movie might not have been what I wanted it to be, Stan Winston still did his damn thing. So them penguin effects, them penguin makeup effects was the shit. The nose resembling a beak, his body resembling a bird, kind of the way he walked, because he wobbled like a penguin. You know what I mean? So, and I know that's a testament of Danny DeVito's acting ability. He say, okay, I'm this penguin man, or I'm this bird man. So if I'm gonna be this penguin, I'm gonna be this penguin. But he took on this he was like a monster. You know what I mean? And I kind of feel like, and like I say, I guess it all corresponds goes with the story, that maybe if Penguin was played like a monster, or maybe if they took the direction of kind of him almost being like a monster. That's why I said, like, I think if it would have went the direction of the 1989 film, Penguin would have had a different trajectory. And he could have been a monster, but not in that fashion. Like, I think this movie could have went in a completely different direction if Tim Burton didn't put his fucking stamp on this movie. It could have went in a whole different direction. Now, Michelle Pfeiffer, I think she played a great Catwoman. And same thing with her makeup effects. Like, she was this timid, scared, didn't want to talk, didn't want to do anything, shy woman when she started out. And when she gets pushed out of the window, she immediately looks dead. Like, she gets pushed out of the window, she comes back to her apartment, and she has this pale look about her, signifying like, oh, this chick is dead. She's dead in the motherfucker. So when she comes back and becomes Catwoman, kind of like the Joker, she's one way, and then she flips. She goes from being this timid woman to being this no nonsense, I'm not gonna take no shit from nobody character, which is the fierceness of Catwoman. Because it's kind of like based, and I'm thinking about Halle Berry's movie, because the one with Halle Berry, she was kind of like the same way. She was a timid, didn't really want to speak up, didn't want to talk, and then when she became Catwoman, she became this fierce character. But Catwoman has always been a fierce character, even from the TV shows. And shout out to the actresses that played Catwoman. You had Julie Newmar, who played Catwoman, Lee Merriweather, she played Catwoman, and then you had Eartha Kitt play Catwoman. I had to get that out of there. Because anybody know Eartha Kitt, she's known for that cat noise that she does. And if you saw a Boomerang, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. So shouts out to Eartha Kitt for her contribution to being Catwoman. But Michelle Pfeiffer created her own Catwoman as well. And I don't want to say, I'll go as far as to say Michelle Pfeiffer is the best thing about the damn movie. Because, and not taking nothing away from Michael Keaton and not taking nothing away from Danny DeVito. But to me, Michelle Pfeiffer owns a lot of the scenes in the movie. She owns a lot of the scenes in the movie. And not just because of the outfit and all that other stuff, but her whole take on it, what she did with her voice. She changed her voice to make it more make it more like cat-like, make it more seductive, make it more smooth. You know what I mean? Cats are kind of like seductive. Like I got a cat in here, I look at her like she's my child, but she got a seductive way about her. You know, and she's a cat. You know what I mean? So she took that whole persona of being that cat. Even a lot of shit that she was doing in the movie. She was drinking milk out of the carton. She had a part where she was like, I'm gonna give myself a bath, and she started licking herself and taking her paw and wiping herself. Jasmine does, my cat name is Jasmine. She does the same damn thing. And it's funny to watch her when she do some of the stuff that she does. But to me, Michelle Pfeiffer playing Catwoman was the best thing about the movie, because she brought that character to life. You know, she really honed in and brought that character to life. You know what I mean? And like I said, testament to everybody else. She goes, Michael Keaton did his thing, and Danny DeVito did his thing. Danny Elfman, he does the music again, and Danny Elfman's score is amazing. It's amazing, and it goes with the movie. Like, he had a certain way he did his score on the first Batman. Then he has a certain way that he does the score with this one. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's a Tim Burton sound. I think Danny Elfman did a lot of Tim Burton's music for a lot of Tim Burton scores, but he has a certain style that he does with Tim Burton movies, and it fits. You know what I mean? It might not have been, like I said, it might not win in the direction of a Batman movie for the second time around, but it fits everything that Tim Burton is doing with the movie. So Danny Elfman did the hell out of his thing in this movie. And in regards to the way Gotham City looks in this movie, Gotham City in this movie looks more fairy tale-ish than it does in the first movie. The first movie, it's dark. The city has a look on its own. It has a look, it has a feeling. In the first movie, it seemed like it was always raining. It seemed like Gotham City never had no sunny days. This one takes place in Christmas time, so there's a lot of snow. It's still a lot of gray tones in this movie, but it's still different. You can still tell that there's a different. But to me, Gotham City is like a fairy tale in this movie. It's like a fairy tale place. There's a shot where the camera is going through the old zoo, and it's similar to the shot that's in the beginning of Beetlejuice, where it's going through the model and it's going through the town, and you see the buildings and you see the cars, and that shot is the same way. That's why I said this is a Tim Burton quirk. So that shot is the same way, but it gives you that fairy tale feeling. Like in the first movie, you felt a sense of darkness and dread with that Gotham City. This one, you don't feel that. You feel it makes you feel kind of fluffy on the inside. That's why I said, but it's like a fairy tale. So you don't get that. You kind of don't get them. You don't get that imposing feeling of danger that you got in the first one. Like in the first one, you was like, yo, if Jack Napier ran up on me on the street, I'm gonna be a little scared. If Penguin ran up on me on the street, I'm gonna be scared, but I'm gonna be scared because of the way he looked. But this Birdman run up to me, I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? So it doesn't have that much of a sinister quality to it. Christopher Walken doing Max Schreck, even Max Schreck doesn't even look intimidating to me. Like, he looks like, there's a couple of shots where Christopher Walken kind of looks like I don't want to say he looks like a drag queen, but he kind of looks feminish in some of the shots. Maybe because it's the hair and because of the suits. And be honest with you, there's a shot in here where Christopher Walken has on a suit, and I'm telling you, it looks like the black and white suit from Beetlejuice. I know it's not the same black and white suit from Beetlejuice, but it's similar in fashion. And I'm like, damn, that's another Tim Burton quirk. Oh God, man. Oh man. I'm just gonna chuck this thing up and just say that, for what it's worth, I'm just gonna chuck it up and say, Batman Returns is, it moved down on my list. It really did. It really moved down on my list because I was like, I'm gonna review Batman. I'm gonna review Batman Returns. I don't want to do Forever, and I don't want to do Batman and Robin because they're clearly not one of my favorite movies. But I think I'm just gonna push Batman Returns over to that list with Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. And you know what? Honestly, I'm probably gonna watch Batman Forever and Batman and Robin just for shits and giggles. You know what I mean? Just to watch it. Am I gonna review them? No, I'm not gonna review them because it's not my favorite Batman movies. But I'm just gonna watch them for shits and giggles, and I'm gonna compare them to Batman Returns. Now, is it possible that Batman Forever or Batman and Robin can bump up on the list? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe, but we'll have to see. But I'm gonna watch them just to watch them. Okay, let me get to my scale. I wanted to give this movie not 4 stars. I wanted to give this movie 4 thumbs up for nostalgic feel. Oh, okay, I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna give the movie 3 thumbs up for nostalgic feel because I seen it when I was 11 years old and I loved the hell out of it when I was younger. So just for nostalgia feel, I'm gonna give it 3 thumbs up. Overall film, I gotta give it a 1 thumb up, man. I gotta give it a 1 thumb up because just because it didn't fit the Batman criteria for me. Like even it kind of went the direction of I don't even want to say it went the direction of the TV show because, oh man, it didn't do it for me, man. It really didn't do it for me, and it didn't do it for me because of the Tim Burton vision. You know what I mean? And once again, I'll say this again. I'm not shitting on Tim Burton movies because I love Tim Burton movies. As I said before, I love Tim Burton movies. Beetlejuice is one of my favorite Tim Burton movies. This isn't. This is not one of my favorite Tim Burton movies, and it is what it is. You know, you got people who make movies or do music. Y'all know me. I'm a hardcore Prince fan. Hardcore. I consider Prince to be my uncle, and when he died, I was like, damn. It felt like one of my family members died. But there are some Prince albums that I do not like. Doesn't mean I don't like Prince. I love Prince to death. But there's some albums of his that I will not listen to because I don't like it. And it's the same thing with this Tim Burton movie. Love Tim Burton as a filmmaker, but this is not my favorite Tim Burton film. And I thought it was. And after watching it, I was like, damn, man. Like I said, it's more of the disappointing factor of it that it's not one of my favorite Batman movies no more, man. So, with that being said, 1 thumb up for just overall direction of the film. You know, Tim Burton is a great filmmaker, but I didn't like this movie. Acting, 4 thumbs up. And like I said, I give Michael Keaton his props. I give Danny DeVito his props too, to work with what he had to work with. And Danny DeVito did a good job. He did a good job playing the Penguin. But like I said, I feel like if it went in another direction, I think Penguin would have been a little bit more. I think Penguin would have been a little bit more menacing if it went in the 1989 direction. He would have been a more menacing villain instead of being. He was kind of like a clown, man. He was just kind of like a clown villain. Not taking away from Danny DeVito's acting because Danny DeVito played the damn character, but just the overall vision of what that Penguin was gonna be. He turned out to be a clown, man. And I think he turned out to be a clown. And I think for real, if they would let Michelle Pfeiffer ride out the whole movie, I think if she would have wrote out the whole movie, it would have been a little bit more. I think you would felt a little bit more dread. You know what I mean? Because even with Michelle Pfeiffer being Catwoman, she was more menacing. She was more intimidating than the Penguin. You know what I mean? I was more captivated, and if be honest with you, I was more afraid of Michelle Pfeiffer than Penguin. You know what I mean? I was a little bit more afraid of her as a character. You know what I mean? But to me, she was the more of the standout villain in the movie. She's the more the standout villain. You know what I mean? And I've been shitting on a lot of things that I didn't like about this movie. Things I did like about the movie, once I said, I like Danny Elfman's score because it fit the movie. I liked the story because once again, it was a simple story. It was simple, and not to say that I can't get into complicated movies. It's just sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you don't want to go into a movie and think too heavy. I just want to go in a movie and watch the shit and get out and get on about my business. But the story was simple. The premise was cool. You know, I think the premise was cool. You had this greedy ass businessman who wants to suck everything out of Gotham City. Then he finds somebody else that he can kind of take advantage of. But then, you know, that other character, Penguin kind of had one up on Max Schreck, in my opinion. I think he had one up on Max Shrek because he had another agenda that Max Shrek didn't know about. So I feel like he had a one up on him. You know what I'm saying? But they both had their own agenda, and then you throw in Catwoman and throw in Batman, and then you throw in Bruce Wayne's relationship with Selena Kyle. And they had their own little dynamic. And I liked how it was a scene in that movie where they actually showed up to the party and they find out that they're both Batman and Catwoman by a line that they say. And I like that. And I felt like that could have been explored a little bit more. And I feel like if that would have been explored a little bit more, then that probably would have, if they would have took that direction, maybe do that in the movie a little bit more than this Penguin Max Shrek shit. I think if they would have threw that in the movie a little bit more, to me it would have been a little bit more interesting. You know what I'm saying? But that's my opinion. But I liked that relationship in the film. You know what I mean? I like that in the film. You know, so but other than that, man, you know, it is what it is. You know, you have a vision of what something looks like when you're younger, and then when you come back to it a little bit older, you like, oh, this ain't really what I thought it was when, you know, when I seen it when I was younger. You know what I mean? But like I said, not taking nothing away from Tim Burton's film style. And I know I've been saying it the whole video. I love Tim Burton films, but I did not like this one. So it is what it is. Okay. So, all right. So we got 2 Batman videos down. I got 3 more to go. And we're going to be exploring the Christopher Nolan trilogy. We're going to do Batman Begins. That's going to be my next one. Then we're going to do The Dark Knight. Then we're going to do The Dark Knight Rises. All right. So, once again, like, comment, subscribe. Putting out more videos like this. Show your boy some love. This is Shortman Filmworks. And this is the Everyday Man's Film Reviews. And I'm making sure I ain't going to forget it this time around. Shortman Filmworks, Everyday Man Film Reviews. And I will catch y'all on the next journey. Y'all take care.